Hey, how are you? Welcome to another broadcast from my English school. I'm Kirsty. My name's at the bottom of the screen. If you forget, I'm a teacher. I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland. I live in Rome, and I've lived in Rome for almost 2 years. And now I'm in my room. I'm ready to do another focus activity with you all. So today we're doing focus activity 10 to 13. It's called Food for Thought. So today we're going to be discussing food idioms. Okay, so if you're watching, guys, I think. Oh, okay, the picture's back again. Sorry, I was really worried there. We've only just started. Okay, let's go. So I hope you can see the screen. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. Okay, so in this focus activity, we're going to be learning common food idioms, guessing the meanings of expressions, and practicing using new expressions. Okay, so my question, what's your favorite recipe? What's your favorite recipe? I'm going to put this question up. 1 second. What's your favorite recipe? It can be any recipe you want. It can be a recipe from your own country or a foreign recipe. Post in the comments section so I know. I know you're here. Okay, so I'm going to put my favorite recipe. It's quite difficult, you know. I think if I was to be honest, my favorite recipe is my mother's lentil soup. My mother's homemade lentil soup is amazing. So basically, it's like you boil a piece of ham, and you create a stock, and then you add lentils, carrots, potatoes, onion. You could probably add a leek, and then you kind of leave it to cook, and then it becomes like this sort of thick soup. And you can also, once you with the meat that you've used to make the stock, you can cut up the meat and add it into the soup as well. It's amazing. And also, if you were feeling really kind of hungry, you could put a little bit of cheese on the top when you serve it, and with some crusty bread. It's amazing. But I also like food from different countries. So obviously, I live in Italy. I love most Italian dishes, to be honest. Um, but a favorite is actually really difficult. Mm, it used to be lasagna. It used to be lasagna, but now I actually think there are other dishes that I like. It's really difficult to pin one down. Guys, let me know what your favorite Italian dish is. You like Italian food. But I also love Vietnamese food. Uh, Vietnamese and Moroccan food. Vietnamese, Moroccan food, and actually Lebanese as well. Okay, Indian food can be nice. Actually, similar to lentil soup, you can get like a dal curry, which is like a curry made from lentils. It's really easy to make, and it's really good. Okay. 2 people now. Right, guys, please make yourselves known in the comments box so I know who I'm talking to. Tell me, what is your favorite food? What's your specifically? What's your favorite recipe? But if you can't think of a recipe, just what kind of food is your favorite? Let's go. Okay. Okay. So in English, there are many expressions and colloquialisms relating to food. There are lots, so many, guys. For example, that exam was a piece of cake. I'm 99% sure I aced it. Okay. A piece of cake means that something was really easy. Like really so easy, you could have another expression is you could have done it in your sleep. A piece of, hang on, really easy. Okay. You can also say I could have done it in my sleep. I could have done it. It's so easy. I could have slept through it. Okay, so a piece of cake means really easy. Another one. No thanks. I don't think I'll come with you to the cinema. Comedies day. Okay, not my cup of tea. Say not my cup of tea. It means it's not your thing. It's not your preference. You don't like it. Something that is not what you typically like. Okay. You can also use this expression, like it doesn't need to be relating to so a film. You could say Titanic. The film Titanic isn't my cup of tea. I don't like romantic films. Okay. But you could also say, and this is a little bit more rude actually. If you and your friends are at the bar and you see someone rude and you say, oh, I like him or her, whatever, and they look really attractive, and your friend is like, no, not really, they're not really. It's one that they personally find attractive. Okay, so it can be it's a very subtle way to say it's not that you don't like, it's not that you hate it. Hate's too strong. It just means it's not something that you're passionate about. Okay, good, awesome. So can you guys in the comments section tell me, give me some examples of these two expressions in sentences? So example number 1 and number 2. And also, can you note any other food expressions you perhaps have heard in the past? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so guys, just note some examples. I'm just going to write that. Note in the comments examples of food idioms and or use them in a sentence. Okay. 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 Right. Let's move on to the next. Can you try to make example? Cup of tea, it's not my cup of tea. Right, I'm going to reveal some idioms and you need to construct the idiom, okay? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you. I hope you can see that better. Okay. So, cup tea, it's not my cup of tea. Can you guess the other ones? Okay. Okay. So, I'll reveal the idioms now so you can see. These are quite difficult in fairness. Okay. To cry over spilt milk, to spill the beans, the apple of someone's eye, a tough nut to crack. Okay. Can anyone tell me what you think these mean? What do these idioms mean? Okay. So, to cry over spilt milk. Let's say someone has some bad luck, is really unlucky, and um, they trying to think of a good example. If let's say something happens to a person, so when something happens to a person which isn't very nice, isn't very pleasant, they start complaining, and another person says, you can't you can't cry over spilt milk. It's happened. It means kind of that what's happened has happened, and you cannot cry over the fact it's happened. There's no point. There's no point doing that. Okay. Spill the beans. Okay. What do you think spill the beans means? Tell me in the comment section. To spill the Okay. Okay, so people watching me, please comment in the comment section. Write a note. Let me know who you are. Okay, I want you to tell me, what do these idioms mean? So I've done the first two for you. It's not my cup of tea and crying over spilt milk. So what's spill the beans? Okay. Okay. So I've shown the answers. Hey, Mattia. Close, Mattia. A tough nut to crack is like if I hey Mattia, good morning. Good morning. I'm pleased to hear from you. Good morning. Hey. So I think a tough nut to crack, I always associate it with a person. I think, oh, he's a tough nut to crack. He's someone who's difficult to understand, like to figure out. And it's to do with personality. Okay. That's what I would say. You've got me thinking now. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Okay. Let's have a look. Try to find the meaning of these expressions from their context. So we've got 6 questions on, 6 sentences on the screen. Tell me what each of them mean. I'll give you some time to figure this out. What do you think, Mattia? Okay. So the apple of her father's eye. What does that mean? Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It's like a special diamond. Yeah, that's so cute. Yeah, exactly. Well done. It's someone who is really important. Like it's someone really special. Okay. Number two, a bad egg. A bad egg. Right. So that's the first one. What's number two? Yeah, a bad person. Well done, Mitya. Number two is a bad person. Good. Excellent. Number three, couch potato. Couch potato. Yeah. A couch potato to stay. Yeah, Mattia, you're right. A bad person to be with, to stay with. Uh, we would say a bad person to be around. That's how we would say it. So a bad egg is a bad person to be around. So not stay with, be around. Be around. Okay. Right. Number three, couch potato. What's a couch potato? Yeah, Fabiola, well done. It is a lazy person. Couch potato is a really lazy person. Yeah. Um, Sadly, we're all kind of couch potatoes at the moment. Yeah, exactly. We can't really we can't really do much about it. We're not intentionally couch potatoes at the moment. How many of you are doing workouts like exercise in the house using YouTube? I am to stay fit and healthy. I've been doing boxing workouts and cardio and exercises to stay fit. So I am not a couch potato. I'm a very active person. Number four, tell me, crying over spilt milk. What do they mean? What do they mean? Right. Let me know what you guys think of numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the comments section. Let's go. Yeah, well done. Good. Mattia, yep, good. Well done, Fabiola. Both of you did really well. Excellent. Okay, number 5 and 6. There's a delay between you guys typing and me talking. So I'm sorry if it's like, it's because I'm waiting for you guys to respond. Hello, new people who've joined. Get involved in the comment section. We're just looking to see what all these expressions mean. Oh, lots of people. Hooray, finally. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Food Idioms. So, right, I'll help you out. Okay. 5. Yeah, good. Well done, Mattia. Excellent. Number 5. Okay, finally, number 6. Let's go. We're egged on. To be egged on. This is passive. It's always passive. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so to be egged on. So we say it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. So I could say um, that that guy at the bar isn't my cup of tea. It means I don't feel attracted to him. Okay, to be egged on. Not quite Mattia. To be egged on, not addicted, very attracted. Um, to be egged on is to be pushed to do something. Okay, number 6 is to be egged on is to be pushed to do something or encouraged to do something, but it's not always positive. I mean, in fact, it's usually negative. Negative. Okay. But so, for example, to be egged on at the football match is to be encouraged to do something. But sometimes people can be pushed or encouraged to do something that is naughty that they shouldn't be doing. Okay, so for example, the boy was egged on to throw stones at the pigeons. Okay, so it would mean that his friends were saying, "Go, go, 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 throw stones at the pigeons." Um, the, they were egging their friend on, but it was not necessarily a good thing. Okay, excellent work, guys. Let's move on. Okay. So these are the answers. You all did really, really well. You're superb. Well done. Questions. Okay. Now, I want you guys to give me examples of of your own personal, or you can invent if you like. So, who or what is the apple of your eye and why? Have you ever known a bad egg? Are you a couch potato? Is one of your friends a couch potato? Do you cry over spilt milk or just forget a problem once it's happened? And what isn't your cup of tea? Or perhaps who isn't your cup of tea? And have you ever egged someone on unnecessarily? So, in the sense, so the negative sense of to egg on. So have you ever pushed someone to do something that actually wasn't a good thing to do, or it wasn't necessary? Let me know in the comments section. If you don't have a personal example or don't want to give a personal example, invent. I don't mind. This is just about practicing new vocabulary and expressions. Oh goodness, is anyone else cold? It is so cold here today. I don't understand why it's so cold. I've got the window open, I suppose, but it's a little bit chilly today, which is surprising for Rome, actually. Okay. I invent. Yeah, Laura. Excellent. Yes, that's a perfect example. I'm going to show that if you don't mind. My sister was egged on to start smoking. Perfect example. Perfect example. More inventions, please. Please. Another invention. Oh, sorry, doing that again. I didn't mean to do that. My children are the apple of my eyes. If it's children, if you've got more than one child, my children are the apples of my eyes. Let me correct. My children are the apples of my eyes. Correction. Oh, so it's such a lovely, lovely sentence that. Okay. Does anyone cry over spilt milk? Yeah, good. No worries. We're just. Can you think of someone who's a couch potato? I love this. Can I show this? This is wonderful. Oh, Kirsty, don't think about your ex-boyfriend. It's not unuseful, unhelpful. Unhelpful to cry over spilt milk. You couldn't change the things you did to him. Or you can't change the things you did to him. Yeah, yeah. I love that example. We say unhelpful or yeah, unhelpful. Oh, sorry, I've put that the wrong way around. Sorry, ignore that. It's unhelpful. It's because I'm reading comments and trying to type at the same time. Helpful, unhelpful. Or you can say useless rather than unuseful. We say useless. Useless. It's useless to think about these things now. I don't like to stay in the kitchen. Cooking isn't my cup of tea. So change the cook to cooking, the gerund. I don't like to stay in the kitchen. Cooking isn't my cup of tea. Good. We would make it cooking because it's the activity. So if it's the activity, we use the gerund. Yeah, no worries. Unhelpful or useless, but useless is probably the best word. Okay, what else? Can you think of any other food idioms that aren't on the screen? Laura, I love you. I'm the living example of a couch potato. Doing gym exercise at home is just not my cup of tea. Perfect example. Perfect example. Right, let's move on. Okay, so we've got 6 new expressions. Now I want you to tell me what you think all of these mean. Okay, so you need to take everything he says with a pinch of salt. He's prone to exaggeration. Recently, he's been working very hard to bring home the bacon. He has no time to do anything else. My sister has a half-baked idea of starting up her own business, but personally, I think it will fail. Everything has been handed to him on a silver platter, and now he is completely spoilt. My lawyer is very serious. He's a tough nut to crack. My colleague spends too much time buttering up our boss. He badly wants a promotion. Right, let's have a look at comments. Yeah, well done, Fabiola. Talking, we would say talking, spending a long time on the phone. Talking on the phone for a long time isn't my cup of tea. We would use the gerund. So talking on the phone for a long time isn't my cup of tea. It's like cooking in Mattia's example. Okay, if it's an activity, use the gerund. Okay, Mattia, number 1, pay attention to what he says. It's actually the opposite. It means ignore what he says. So take what he says with a pinch of salt is actually saying ignore. Pay no attention to what he says. Okay, so don't take it seriously. In general, a pinch of salt. Take what he says with a pinch of salt is like don't believe what someone tells you. Okay, because it's not valid. Okay. Number 2, bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. To bring home the bacon. Okay, to bring home the bacon means to earn money. To earn money, to earn a salary. It's like to bring home the bacon. It's like to bring home something that people can eat. It's to survive. Okay, it's like when you try to bring home the bacon, you're trying to survive, and that you're trying to get money or food in order to keep living. Okay. But it's the sense of trying to earn. Okay. Half-baked. What's half-baked? Half-baked. Ah, cool. Okay, so bring the bread home. To bring, we would say to bring home the bread. To bring home the bread, or to bring the bread home. Okay, it's confusing this because sometimes we want to put a preposition and other times we don't need to use a preposition. Okay, this is an example. Right, half-baked, half-baked. If you think about this logically, half-baked means it's not cooked properly. So half-baked equals not completely cooked. Okay, half-baked means it's not completely cooked. So if someone talks about a half-baked idea, it means that it's not really a well thought out idea. An idea that has not been thought out, has not been well thought out. Okay, good. To hand something to someone on a silver platter. Tough nut to crack, buttering up. Oh, excuse me. Okay, if something is handed to someone on a silver platter, it's like when someone is given everything from a young age. So, for example, if you have a child who never understands that they need to be well behaved or they need to work hard to get something that they want, what happens is that they become very, very spoilt. They become one of these uh, rich kids. They think that everything should be theirs. They're very arrogant. They don't understand that they have to think about other people, that they've got to work hard to get things in life. Okay, so to have everything handed to them on a silver platter, it's like they're treated like a prince or princess from a young age. Okay, and that's where the silver platter, it's like a plate, it's a special silver plate that you normally the president or the queen gets, you know. A tough nut to crack. Okay, we've already discussed this, that if a lawyer is really, really serious, or if someone is quite mysterious, they're difficult to understand on an interpersonal level. Like, you cannot understand their rationale, their behavior, okay? But also it's like a tough nut to crack, like just difficult to speak to, negotiate with. They're just really complicated individuals, okay? And finally, buttering up. Okay, to butter someone up is, if you think about it, so it's butter that you put on bread, okay, to butter. So if you put butter on bread, you butter is usually quite hard until it gets like soft because of the heat, okay? And then when you put it on bread, it starts to get softer, and then it melts sometimes. Okay, um, to to so if you think about the imagery of butter going soft and kind of easy to manipulate, um, we can then think about doing the same with a person. If you butter someone up, it means that you chat them up. You flirt with them a little bit. Okay? So to butter someone up is like, um, yeah, insist to press, possibly, Mattia, possibly. Buttering up is almost like flirting in the sense. It's like to butter someone up, um, almost like to flirt, but it's in a way that you're trying to say oh, you look lovely today. It's like, oh, you look so handsome today. Oh, you look so handsome today. Where did you get your tie? Where did you is that a new shirt? Do you want a cup of coffee? Like someone who's buttering someone up is like flirting in a way, but it's done not because someone wants to have a romantic relationship with the boss or with anybody. It means that they want they want to try and persuade them to do something later on. So to butter someone up is flirting, but it's done with a motive. Like flirting, but with the intention or the motive, persuade someone to do something later. Okay, and it's not like it's there's nothing sexual or kind of romantic about it. It's just kind of manipulating a little bit. It's actually very manipulative. Okay, good, excellent. So well done everybody for your suggestions. Okay, let's have a look at the next part. uh okay, so these are the meanings: to accept or believe only part of something, to bring home the bacon, to earn your family's living, half-baked, not thought out or studied, to hands to someone on a silver platter, give a person something that has not been earned, a tough nut to crack, someone or something difficult to understand, and to butter up, to flatter someone, to try and get their favour or friendship. Okay. And finally, let's look at this. So, do you have any friends whose words you must always take with a pinch of salt? Okay, so do you have friends who you just cannot rely on for reliable information, for sound information? Who brings home the bacon in your family? I mean, I bring home the bacon because I'm a single woman, so in my case, I bring home my own bacon. Has anything ever been handed to you on a silver platter? Have you ever had a half-baked idea that never followed through? Oh, plenty, 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 plenty. Um, can you think of an acquaintance who is a tough nut to crack? Yes. Although I think I'm starting to understand them more. Would you ever butter people up to advance in the world? Ooh. What do you think? I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Pick one of these questions and answer, okay? Okay, so I don't know anybody whose words I must always take with a pinch of salt. Most of my friends are, I would say, very reliable. They don't invent stories. They don't make up information. I I tend to avoid people who invent stories who because I have a low tolerance for that kind of thing. An acquaintance, good question. An acquaintance is someone you have met. Yeah, someone you have met maybe once or twice, and you've had some conversations with them, but they aren't yet friends. So it's someone you have met, maybe not yet friends, maybe not yet friends. So it could be a neighbor. It could be like someone who lives in the same kind of building that you do, and you've spoken to them maybe once or twice in the past, but you haven't become friends. Like you know them to say hi, to have a chat, okay, but you wouldn't necessarily go out for coffee with them, okay. Um, but acquaintances can become friends. You know, it's just not a. It's an acquaintance might be your lawyer or your doctor, for example. Someone you meet maybe like you've met like once or twice. So I can think of lots of times like in so in Rome, for example, I've lived here for almost 2 years, not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years. Okay, and um, I've met lots and lots of people. Some of them, actually, a lot of them have become friends now. Okay, even if I am the teacher, a lot of us have become quite friendly. It's natural to form good relationships with people. Like, but some people who I have met maybe 4 or 5 times. Some of them are acquaintances, but they are difficult to understand because of their behavior. They're not easy to talk to, for example. Yeah, good, well done. That's exactly it. So I have some people at work who like gossiping as well, actually. They exaggerate, they love to exaggerate, and sometimes what they say can be quite toxic. Um, so I try to avoid them, and I don't take what they say personally. Okay, like I don't take it to heart. I just try as well. But some of the content of their conversations is a load of rubbish. Okay, for example. All right, good. Excellent work, guys. Look, we're going to have to stop there because unfortunately we have run out of time. Thank you very much, Laura, Mattia, and Fabiola, for your hard work. Well done. Thank you. This is not an easy focus activity because these idioms are quite advanced. Okay, but you did really well. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you can start to use these expressions in your conversations in real life. Okay, good. Excellent work. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you soon. Bye bye.